Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Anifile. Today, we're not looking at the new season this time. Today, we're actually going to look at the previous season, the one that happened during my hiatus from Anifile. Now, I wasn't really going to do this, but in fact, I discovered this little gem from one of my patrons over on patreon.com/MouseClickX. If you want to join the Anifile campaign and get your voice heard for what I do, join us there. A list of people that have already joined the cause are listed below, so get on it. Now, what's the actual anime today? Well, it's kind of interesting. Now, what would happen if the government actually took our anime enthusiasm seriously and decided to use it for diplomatic ties? Well, we get this. Outbreak Company! Outbreak Company is an anime series which was first distributed in 2012 by Kodansha and penned by the duo of Ichiro Sakaki and Kiri Kajiya. Sakaki is also the original author of other series such as Scrapped Princess and 2014's offering Chaika the Coffin Princess, so he has a good experience in magical and fantastical anime. Feel Studios are the chief animators with titles such as Da Capo and So I Can't Play H behind them, as well as Kiss This. I can see a pattern here. Let's hope the kissing is kept to a minimum. This is one of those anime that has a really weird name to it. Outbreak Company? What's that? Accompanying outbreaks or something? I don't know. Anyway, let's roll tape. Our show begins with a young boy who is clearly an anime fan with all the figures of nondescript series surrounding his computer. Wait, is that Asuka from Ava? Oh, I take that back. He is lured by the prospect of a job and is asked to answer 200 questions in 10 minutes to qualify. These questions are to do with anime, manga, and Lord of the Rings. Okay. I don't remember anyone in Lord of the Rings piloting a giant mech. Do ents count? Our main lead is Shinichi Kano, a shut-in who chose the hermit lifestyle or hikikomori life because he got turned down by his schoolyard crush and now lives alone. With no job or family nearby, he has no connection to the outside world whatsoever. Mr. Matoba seems perfectly fine with this. In fact, he's overjoyed. Ah, excellent! No one will miss you if things go south. I mean, wait, what? Shinichi and Matoba drink to their successful collaboration. Or sleep. Oh, come on, Matoba's not that dull. We then get a flashback to Shinichi's crush rejecting him. Judging from that previous scene, I can't imagine why. It's because he's an otaku. Yeah! How dare she! Shinichi wakes up in a strange bed and spots... Just kidding. Ah! Instead, it's a maid, who we find out is named Musel. But right now... Yeah, Shinichi's fine. In fact, he's so fine that he spouts out anime stereotypes for the next minute before Musel hands him a ring, so as they can understand one another. I don't think anime lingo is that hard to understand. He continues in this vein until a uniformed woman named Minori appears, a private of the Tokyo Defense Force and his guard. Oh, that would explain why she was standing there in his room without entering! Watching him sleep. And sniffing his hair. Shinichi tries to explain his captivity and thinks that he's been recruited to fight crime a la a certain type of hero, in a half shell. He continues to hypothesize anime-like scenarios before Minori shuts him up with... dragons! Yay! It turns out this place is the Holy Elden Empire, and that the pair of them are there to build relations with the Empire and Japan. A military vehicle appears and out pops... Without the rings on, Matoba explains that a portal was discovered by Mount Fuji, and ever since, Japanese teams explored it and built initial links with the Eldents. This world is now Japan's neighbour, through this portal, and naturally they sent the army and Eldents sent knights. Lots and lots of knights. The company that Shinichi applied for was actually a company formed by the Alliance to find a person who can find a general manager, and that manager is now Shinichi. His job? To bring anime, manga, and video games to Eldent. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some things to send through the portal. Okay, we got my Nadesco thing. Okay, there we go. And we got my Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, there we go. And, Shinichi at first doesn't want to do it and threatens to leave, but Matoba correctly states that he has nowhere else to go or flee. With his eyes. But if he complies, he'll be freed and secure a government pension for life. Financial security and glory versus certain death. Financial security versus certain death. That's a toughie. Later on, Musel brings Shinichi some tea, and he spends most of it ogling her in her maid uniform. But he does have a kind side and is respectful and polite, which surprises Musel. before her half ears appear, which she is upset about. Don't cry there, Musel. It's not good for your elf. Okay, sorry. It turns out she's a half-elf and they're not liked in this world. But Shinichi is not only okay with it, but he's amazed by it, which takes Musel by surprise. Especially when he checks her out. Totally not creepy at all, Shinichi. Not at all. Next thing you do is you get a picture of her looking really attractive. Good. Something for later. As Musel marvels at his phone, Shinichi discovers she can't read or write, and here he shows his kind side by offering to teach her how to understand Japanese. She's really grateful, and the mowiness is through the roof. She quickly has to tend to Brook, who has returned, and he greets himself with a clawed foot and a reptile head. And body. Amazing! We get a flashback to Shinichi's school and his old teacher, who doesn't tell him off for reading comics during free time, but encouraging him, as it's something he's learning, whilst not his school teaching him, helping him grow. I don't think every manga's gonna make Shinichi's mind grow. Shinichi's first job as a general manager and diplomat is to meet with the supreme ruler of the empire and introduce himself amongst knights and horsebacks and jeweled lizards. Shinichi's job here is to speak when spoken to and respect the ruler. At first things go well, but when the ruler speaks, it perks the boy's curiosity, and he looks to find a young girl, Petrarca III, the actual ruler, and what does he do? Exactly what he did at the first sight of Musel. I don't think you want to be doing that, mate. Unless you want to get yourself thrown in jail or that. So yeah, things don't go well. And with that, the episode ends. With a punch to the jaw! And I have to admit, this is a really cute tale. I like this. Outbreak Company is a clever anime in that it throws curveballs when it comes to archetypes, and in some cases pastiches some common tropes. For example, Shinichi is the typical otaku who doesn't leave his house for anything, it seems, and yet he has enough courage in his conviction to lead a diplomatic team in a foreign land, using anime as their leading source material. A shut-in, yet a leader of sorts. Musel and Petrarca are cool side characters, with the latter being more complex than you might think. She has a conscience, and doesn't always shout and get insanely jealous. Multifaceted characters are always welcome. Later on, there are some really major plot points which are a really big surprise, but I'm not going to say any of them here or even hint to them. You really got to check this series out. I quite recommend this. It's a really nice take on anime being used in a mature setting and actually proving some good in making people happy. World leaders should really take a look from this. Anime makes us happier, in all ways. And really, that'll make the world better. So on that poignant note, let's end the episode right here. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.
I would just like to say a special thank you to all my Patreon backers out there. With your support, Anifile is now back in business. Thank you once again.